It's spring and the beginning of the off-season. If I didn't do all of these shows, I would not be able to skate.
Johnny doesn't have an off-season.
There will be no rest for me, because next season is the big one.
What about if you just did like an ass circle?
Yeah! Johnny's back in Johnny!
Since Galina's been back from vacation, we've been training hard for my first competition of the season. The Cup of Russia is my first Grand Prix event. It's the first time when I show my new program, show what I've worked on all summer, in front of an international panel of judges.
Good.
It's my first competition since I failed to make the world team last year. 9 months ago, I was a disaster at US Nationals. I was so discouraged, I almost quit.
After Nationals, I told him when and if it's time to retire, you need to do it on your terms. My problem was that he was going to just throw it all away.
To be honest, my mother called every day trying to give me pep talk. I wouldn't give up on myself and give up on all the hard work that I've done over the years. It really struck me. I didn't want to be telling my kids all the things that could have been. When I decided to keep skating this year, I decided that I would do it all the way. Since that decision, I've been doing everything Galina tells me to do.
Чемпионата Америки, то это очень сложно догонять. Но с другой стороны, я могу сказать, что Джонни как спортсмен, он не кончится. Немножко не верить в себя. Верить в самого себя, чтобы он верил, что он может все. А он может все. Ну хорошо, да, пошел.
Oh, baby. This is classy.
I'll show you classy. Tara, my super agenttress, is always happy to help me decide which furs to take on my trips. I look very Soviet right now.
You do. Are you bringing that to Moscow?
Galina always yells at me when I wear mink though, because she says mink's a woman's fur. Not that that really matters.
This is what I'll wear when I don't want to be seen in Russia.
In Russia, Tara has to organize media and press conferences. Since I signed my contract with her, she's always said that she wants to go to Russia with me because she thinks it's very different than going with anyone else. Wait, let me...
What are you doing?
It'll be just for us, come on.
No, that's seriously.
We're so professional.
There's a foot.
Are there 2 legs?
There are 2 legs.
My long program costume is a fallen angel.
So, is that the veins?
Yeah, because it's an angel, like an angel wing that like wraps around, you know? I chose Fallen Angel for my free program. It was very important for me to show my story, things that hurt me and things that helped me through my career, because in many ways I am the fallen angel of this era of figure skating. 1 second, everyone's loving me and supporting me, and then I make one mistake and I've fallen and I'm automatically cast out. I mean, it's me. We finally have a costume ready. Now it's time to show it to Galina. Let's go bite the bullet.
Мне нравится.
I love that.
Как? Разговаривать о твоих дел. Изможденного человека. Голода.
I like that. We're gonna start over and make a different something. Okay. She hated the ribs. She thought the wing made me look fat. It's probably $1,000 worth of work and another $3,000 worth of work. I'm sick of it. She's not the one that has to get her ass on the ice and skate in front of lots of people. I can't wait until I'm done this sport. And now, in the middle of preparing for Russia, Tara wants a favor. Every year, Tara organizes Stars, Stripes, and Skates, a charity show that teaches children patriotism and the values of volunteering. I really don't have the time or the energy, but I want to help her out.
Are you guys having fun yet? Yeah! This year, I was so excited because Johnny was coming. I wanted to make sure he was highlighted.
Galina would be furious if she knew I was here. I didn't tell Galina that I was doing it because you always have the chance of her saying no and then you having to disappoint somebody. Galina definitely would prefer if I focused on the event coming next.
I probably did not make Galina happy. Where are you going?
I want to start hanging up that banner.
But I can't leave Tara hanging. She's actually producing this event and she's totally stressed out.
There was a million things going on. I'm gonna kill her. I'm gonna throw this at her head. There were people getting lost. Skaters! Skaters? Where is she? There were camera crews and media. I need all the press to just stand back for 2 seconds. When something goes wrong, it all comes to me. Did they find parking? Because I have Officer Kopinski with me.
She's just angry.
I'm gonna break down. I'm gonna break down. I can't.
Break down. What's wrong here?
It's too much.
I know.
It's too much. Go ahead. Here.
Just breathe.
Here, squeeze my hand. Squeeze.
Okay. Take deep breaths. Deep breaths. Okay.
I just don't want the makeup to run.
Hey honey, I talked to Galina.
And now, my mom interrupts my one show rehearsal to tell me Galina is on her way over. I'm in big trouble now. If I make a mistake, people will think, well, the coach isn't doing her job. Yevgeny Plushenko is multiple times world champion. He retired 3.5 years ago. Now he's coming back. With my first competition of the season just days away, I'm skating in Tara's charity benefit.
Talk to Galina.
And now Galina knows I'm here.
She sounds angry.
Galina said, Johnnychik, you can perform in the show, but only with shot program.
This is going to be a fucking disaster. She's going to get here and she's going to rip me apart.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
You don't know her like I do. She'll be nice to you guys and then she'll turn around and she'll attack the fuck out of me for nothing.
He's gonna hide in there and not come out. He's pissed at you.
Galina is on her way up. She is gnawing at the bit. She's coming to make sure that I actually do my full short program debut.
Hello, Galina.
No, she's here.
She's outside. Okay.
Galina. Oh, she's coming to watch.
She's coming just to make sure I do my short program. She's so nasty. She's been so mean to me lately. I think she's nervous. It's very rare for a coach to actually show up for an exhibition.
I do not want to see her.
Basically, she just wants to control what's going on at this event. Galina's been getting more and more tense the closer we get to Cup of Russia. It is her home territory, after all. So she's got as much to prove there as I do.
How long time you stay? Just 2 minutes. Для Джонни нужно более дисциплины внутри его персоналити. Эта дисциплина важна везде. Она важна в жизни. Луц, Аксель. Я его больше, так сказать, дисциплинирую.
I am a stronger athlete than I ever have been under Galina's tutelage, but the controlling of the life, it's a little bit much for me. The short program debut went well enough, but the ice was smaller than normal, so my skating was kinda awkward.
Johnny skated his short program at the show, so the short wasn't his best, but he got through it. The costume looked great.
It definitely wasn't the way that I wanted it the first time, but I'm glad it's out of the way, and now for Cup of Russia, I can be better. I'm heading into practice right after getting a flu shot Galina scheduled for me.
I don't really believe in the flu, but because how sick I was last year, I had to get a shot.
I'm kind of a wuss when it comes to needles in the first place. So to get this mammoth thing shoved in me, the needle entered me right about here. I don't know how I'm going to ice skate and throw my arms all around. Galina's already in a foul mood after my performance at Tara's event. She didn't want me to skate in the show, and she was telling everyone that I was skating like crap. I'll probably get in trouble. Just pissed.
Мы ждем тебя.
Ой, проваливается. Что так важно это было делать сегодня? Я вас предупреждал. Так важно было сегодня этот шаг делать.
Ладно, все, успокойся.
Всё, ну.
Сцепи зубы, сквозь. Давай.
There are only a few coaches in the world that have a Soviet highest level coach title, and Galina's one of them. Galina led 2 skaters to Olympic golds, Viktor Petrenko in 1992 and Oksana Bayul in 1994. Oksana Bayul really put Galina on the map as a legitimate star of coaching. When Galina teaches somebody, her name is attached. If I make a mistake, people will think, well, the coach isn't doing her job. So I have the pressure of not only my name and prestige, but also Galina's.
Делай. Ну, ёб твою мать, ну что, блядь, делай? Говно имеешь, говно везешь.
Why you stop? I think it works for me to have a coach like Galina who's tough in training. The rule number 1, she's not babysitting you, she's coaching you. I think for Johnny, he never really trained like that.
Кстати, прокатать зубы с цепи. Баюл каталась с переломанной спиной или с ногой перебитой. И ничего страшного, не умерла. Вон, всем не дали до сих пор, дурака валяет. А тут один укольчик в задницу, уже все.
Это не Баюл, это Джонни Вир.
Потому что надо быть... Баюлу надо быть, а не Джонни Вира.
I don't appreciate being compared to anybody. It doesn't help me. It doesn't light a fire and make me want to prove myself. In 3 years, I would think Galina would understand that about me, but I think there's a lot we still don't really understand about each other. All I need now is another chance for Galina to shred my costume.
Because she's a nasty bitch today.
It needs a little paint, it needs little stones. What do we think of your stump?
I kind of don't like it.
I kind of hate it. Let's not give her a choice of that. She'll see that bit of tape later and kill us.
There's not much time left before Russia to make changes to this costume, so Galina better like it.
I love it. Мне нравится больше. Much better, not like it was before.
Thank you.
Thank you, bye-bye.
At least something went right today. She always tells people, don't be upset, but really she wants you to be upset because she's right.
Do not get that highly placed without walking over a few dead bodies.
Я очень хочу сказать, Россия вперед.
Maybe in a past life I was Russian or something because I love it so much it just feels like a part of me. I even taught myself how to speak Russian. I was interested in Russia and the Romanovs and the history of Russia before I had anything to do with figure skating. This is a birthday gift from my Russian fan form. It's a handmade Matryoshka doll, all symbolizing me. To have the pressure of competing in your home country, it's immense, and Russia may not be my home, but I feel like that when I'm there. In Russia, they have a certain sense of style. I have to look amazing at all times, not embarrass Galina, because sometimes she'll look at me and she'll say, Johnny, what is that? I like this. It's a skirt. I have no shame in the amount of time I take packing for a trip. A mink bow tie should be in everyone's wardrobe. I've been training really hard, so my confidence is way up. And the good news is, my longtime rival, Evan, will not be a Cup of Russia because he was not selected by the Russian Figure Skating Federation to compete there. But the bad news is, there's someone else to worry about. Yevgeny Plushenko is the king of figure skating. He's an Olympic champion, multiple times world champion, and at the last Olympics, he beat me by a mile and took home the gold. Then, about 3.5 years ago, he retired. Now he's coming back for another Olympic title. I want to beat him. I will try. I'm leaving for Russia today. I'm really anxious, and I hope my ritual vacuuming will help clear my head. Yevgeny Plushenko, he's a very strong person, but a comeback in figure skating is a very hard thing to do.
My apartment, I love you.
Everything has changed since he left the sport a few years ago. Usually when athletes stop, they stop. It's one thing to train hard and think you're going to come back, but when you're actually out on that ice being judged, it's a completely different story.
Any advice for Johnny Weir? Good luck with him.
It's the first time he's on the ice competing since nationals, which was we're not talking about. The message that he needs to send is Johnny's back.
My mom always travels with me to events because when I travel, it's very important that I feel like I'm at home.
Who brought all of this?
This is snacks, because sometimes you don't know what you're eating here.
That I was more
excited to be in Moscow with you.
I'm very excited. Not quite as much to be with you in Moscow, but I'm excited that I'm in Moscow.
I wish more of the world could see the beauty of Russia outside the politics. Pretty much the same as what I wish people could do about America.
Здравствуйте. Сколько она стоит?
Туристы?
Нет, я фигурист, я здесь соревнования.
In Russia, figure skating is in their blood and in their soul.
Как фамилия?
Weir.
Weir, я слышал такое, да. Я наших хорошо знаю, как говорится. Плющенко начал опять так. Ну ладно, все.
Ну, спасибо большое.
Иван,
Yevgeny Plushenko is a huge star. So at the end of the day, Plushenko is the biggest person standing in my way from being a gold medalist. Today's the first day of men's competition at the Cup of Russia Grand Prix. My first competition in 10 months.
It's been a long time since January. Johnny's extremely well trained right now. I don't think there's a question of that.
Galina's trained me really hard for my comeback, and she wants to win as much as I do. It's been more than a decade since Galina's coached an Olympic medalist. Galina is Ukrainian and was part of the Soviet skating machine. She's got something to prove at Cup of Russia.
It's the first competition of the Olympic season. It's the first time he's on the ice competing since nationals, which was we're not talking about. The message that he needs to send is Johnny's back.
For the short program, I was just so excited to show Russia what I'd been working on that I just got ahead of myself and tripped up. But I really tried to sell the program, and I'm happy that everyone can appreciate and have fun with the program, even if I did make mistakes.
I thought Johnny looked great. I thought he looked good. I'm biased.
Johnny didn't have his best skate, but he skated okay. It was his first time out since nationals. He did everything. He got through it.
Сегодня было очень тяжело, потому что это как Россия, как моя родная. Конечно, много pressure.
Что удалось сегодня на прокате, что не удалось?
Ну, прыжок был, прыжки был ужас. Ну,
Regardless of my performance, my scores need to survive the return of Plushenko.
Мы видим сейчас, я не думаю, что Плющенко и баллы сможет выиграть, который умеет поворачиваться, двигаться, потому что у него 4 года простоя.
But I think Plushenko is under a lot of pressure. Who wouldn't be? I couldn't imagine being off for 4 years and the first comebacks in your home country. That'd be a lot of pressure.
Now, the most dominant skater of the decade has returned to the international stage, out of retirement at the Grand Prix of Russia.
Plushenko opens this program with the most difficult combination in the competition, a quadruple toe loop into a triple toe. Wow! Plushenko.
In one short program, Yevgeny Plushenko announced to the world, the king is back.
With his first perfect quad combination, Plushenko beats my scores.
Any advice for Johnny Weir? Good luck with him. Спасибо.
At the end of the day, Plushenko's short program scores put him in first place, but I hold my own at third place.
И хочу большое спасибо сказать моим болельщикам и моим врагам.
I still have a shot at coming out on top in Russia. My condition so far, it's great. You can see it today, but you have one of the great kings of figure skating coming back, and you have to make sure you're prepared to compete with him. I think I'm on the right path for the Olympic Games. Tomorrow, my long program has to be flawless. I've done so much work this summer, but I'm so trained. I've done clean programs for a month now.
Plushenko looks good, but he has all this pressure where Johnny is happy, he's skating good, he's trained, and he looks impeccable. He just has to do what he can do.
The biggest issue for me is to completely clear my mind, not think about the mistakes that I made in the short program, believe in my training and what I've done up to this point.
Well, Johnny Weir from the United States fell short of where he wanted to be. Very disappointed after struggling with some of his jumps, in third place after the short program.
Much anticipated debut of this new program, Fallen Angel. Next up, a triple axel. He had trouble with this in the short program. Double. Second triple axel, also a double. Loose in the air and a wildly swinging free leg kept him from doing that. Struggling even on his spins here to maintain the center.
It has been 10 months since Johnny Weir last competed at the Nationals in January, where he did not make the world team. Here he is back 10 months later, not the return that he was hoping for.
Galina was very disappointed and upset and angry and asking me why I did that, why I let myself skate like that. I feel very embarrassed. It definitely wasn't the season debut that I was looking for. As soon as the music started, I felt like I didn't know where my body was. My brain went away. Something in my mind wasn't working.
I don't think he was nervous per se. I think it was more of a, oh my God thing, an instant thing. I personally think he was skating across the ice at that angle, and all of a sudden it was U.S. Nationals again.
I didn't actually see all of Yevgeny's performance, but Yevgeny Plushenko won the Cup of Russia and he deserved it. He skated better than anyone else. And I didn't even make the podium. All summer I was preparing myself to compete again, and now that I'm here and have completed this and didn't do well, I don't know if it's for me anymore. Maybe I maxed out a couple of years ago. To go onto ice for competition, you need to feel like you want a gold medal and you want to kill everyone, and I didn't feel like that.
Are you ready for a fan meeting?
But right now, I need to be strong for my fans. When I go on the ice and everyone is screaming and everyone is there, it makes me feel like I'm at home.
You look at Johnny as a person, and not just as a figure skater who does jumps. As long as he just skates and keeps skating the way he does, that's all that matters to them.
I've fallen from grace many times in my career. They're all bad and they feel terrible at the time. It's not a matter of how I fall, it's how I pick myself back up.
I've been on lockdown since I got back from Russia. Galina wants very much that I have a fresh head.
The trip to Japan, he can't not do well. He can't.
I don't feel good.
The field here is ridiculous.
It's going to be a very difficult competition with a lot of high-level skaters and champions.